Hi, this is the Casserole Dish, and I'm Garrett Swann, and I'm here with the infamous Kevin Richardson. Hello. You are infamous, aren't you? Kind of.
I do.
I think you've been around the world in I. Yeah. And it's the I probably singing, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Been around the world.
So who are you playing in Casserole Club?
I am playing Conrad Bainbridge.
And how was that?
It was awesome.
Cool. We had a good time. Yeah, we had a good time. So I'm gonna go to like the most kind of ridiculous question, but what did you want to be when you were a kid? What did you dream of being? I mean, you obviously became a performer, but what was it? What was your?
I wanted to be a professional football player.
Okay.
I wanted to be a pilot.
Me too.
I wanted to be a singer.
Okay.
I wanted to be an actor.
Awesome. So, which ones have you achieved so far?
And I wanted to be.
Oh, hi.
That's Kid.
Hi, Kid.
And I wanted to be an archaeologist.
Why did you? Why is that?
There for a while, because I grew up in Kentucky, and there's tons of fossils and arrowheads and Indian artifacts, Native American Indian artifacts, and was it Harrison Ford's film Raiders of the Lost Ark and stuff like that. So,
Right.
And I loved history always.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Very cool.
Digging and finding treasures and artifacts.
Cool. Well, you just showed me your brand new kitchen. Now, my question is, do you love to cook?
I do enjoy it.
You do?
Yeah.
Like inside, or are you a more outdoor guy?
A little of both. I mean, I love the grill.
Yeah.
But I like, doing like pasta dishes and stuff as well. Sauce.
Right.
Sauce.
Sauce?
Some sauces.
What kind of sauces?
What's
What's your specialty?
I do a mean bolognese.
Do you really? But you're not Italian, are you? Not like a...
Not that I know of. There may be some. I'm a mutt, so there may be some. I love Italy, though. I mean, that's where we went on our honeymoon.
Oh, cool.
So I love Italian food.
Nice. Now, what makes your bolognese sauce the bolognese sauce?
I just let it cook for hours and hours and let it simmer for basically all day.
Nice. Is there any special ingredients, any secret things that you put in it that you don't really want to talk about?
I mean, it's just...
Or you want to share with the audience?
It's just a pretty standard bolognese, but I use lamb and beef together.
Okay, cool. Nice.
I mean, I think that's common, though.
Right.
But, and little shavings of carrots and...
Right.
Yeah.
Was there anyone in your family that influenced you as a kid to cook? Like, did you cook, like, did you guys do, like, as a family, did you guys kind of get together and, like, cook together, or was it always Mom that cooked, or?
Mom always cooked. She was a really good cook, Southern cooking,
Right.
Just really good comfort food,
Right.
hearty,
Right.
fried chicken and mashed potatoes and homemade biscuits and gravy.
Wow.
That was my father's favorite meal, was biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
For breakfast.
Right. Okay,
And
cool.
Kristen does a really good job at that.
I don't understand the fascination of biscuits and gravy in the morning.
Well, you will.
I just, for some reason, it just kind of...
You'll come and hang and stay the night, and
Right.
then when we wake up,
Okay,
we'll have
perfect.
biscuits and gravy,
Nice.
fresh cantaloupe, and mimosas, and
Okay.
you get it.
Done. Okay, I've been invited. Just FYI.
It's great. It's like you take
put that one on the record.
take sausage and you fry it,
Right.
and then you drain off the grease, and then you use some of the grease as the base for your gravy.
Okay.
And gravy is basically flour, butter, and milk, and whatever like grease or stock, like pork sausage stock, and you just stir it on the stove slowly, and then you add in then you break up the pieces of sausage.
Right.
And then you put the sausage in the gravy, and you let it simmer for a long
Yum.
time. Salt and pepper it, and then you put it over a fresh biscuit.
Yum. That's really...
Smack your mom.
Is that a Kentucky slogan?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were, let's just say if you were a recipe, Kevin Richardson is a recipe, and then we'll give yourself a name of your dish. But if you're a recipe, like in cups and measurements, how would you do a recipe for what would stew? Like I'm like 5 cups of love and 3 cups of anger or whatever. You know, who's Kevin Richardson? What's his recipe?
Big cup of love.
Okay.
2 tablespoons of rage.
Don't want to see that.
Temper and rage.
Yeah.
Temper, a tablespoon of temper, a tablespoon of rage.
Okay.
Let's see.
Any devotion into the ingredient and loyalty?
3 cups of fun.
Okay.
2 cups of devotion.
Okay.
That was good.
Yeah. Because I knowing you, like, I think you're the most of, like, your loyalty is so cool. Like, it's very, very, I totally get it from you.
Or maybe instead of devotion, maybe we could just put, like, a quart of loyalty.
Okay, nice.
And, let's see, what's a good, like 3 liters of passion.
Nice.
And, like a gallon what's the word I'm looking for? Gallon of, I'm trying to find a good word for being a cut up.
Sounds like.
Like being a cut up is being a kid. Yeah.
Being a kid.
Gallon of kid.
I would add a dash of good old boy from Kentucky because you're kind of like that. You have that real good.
I do have.
You have that southern thing.
I do have a dash of good old boy.
Yeah.
Oh, more than a dash.
What would your dish be called?
Wow.
It's such a stupid question.
I know, but I'm trying to figure it out here. What would it be called? Good old boy stew.
That's great. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. No, good old boy Kentucky stew. Yeah. So I'm going to turn the corner here a little bit and ask you about what kind of your ideas and your thoughts on relationships and marriage. Where I know I've asked everybody this question and it's very general, but what do you think? What do you see and observe is wrong with relationships today?
What's wrong with relationships today?
I mean, because the divorce rate is quite high, and people, I know people who get married and they're divorced within a few years.
Is it rising?
I'm pretty sure, yes. I can only imagine that.
Because I feel that my generation, and maybe your generation as well, because we're not that far apart.
Right.
Our generation kind of didn't get married as early as our parents.
Right.
Which I think you got to live a little maybe first before you jump into that marriage. However, I've got high school friends that got married right out of high school and they're still together.
Wow.
So.
Do you think they're happy?
I haven't spent a ton of time with them.
Right.
I just know that they are still married.
Right.
They have kids.
Right.
They're doing it. So I don't know. I haven't really had conversations with them. They're just people that I went to school with that I know are married with kids and got married right out of school. So they're still together.
Right.
But what's wrong? Why do people get divorced? I mean, maybe they have a false idea of what marriage really is. Maybe they didn't have, maybe their parents didn't have a good marriage. But I find that people whose parents didn't have a good marriage are more leery and more cautious about getting married.
Of course.
In some instances, but I mean, it's work. It's not all you're getting along great every day. I mean,
it's not a honeymoon every day.
There are stages, and there are, you know, there are highs and lows, just like anything, and you have to be committed and dedicated to that.
Right.
Maybe people want to think it's easy or want the easy way, and you know, but at the same rate, if you get in a relationship and you're miserable, and and it's making you a miserable human being, then, you know, why be in that? You know?
Right. Do you think that people, if they cheat with somebody else, let's say, they're in a relationship, they're in a committed relationship, and they cheat, do you think, and oftentimes people don't tell their partner that they have cheated, do you feel like that there is a responsibility to that person to tell their partner that they have been with somebody else without it being drawn out? Do you think what do you feel about that?
I think if you don't tell your partner, then it's gonna cause problems. It's gonna surface somehow.
Yeah.
Eventually, I think.
You can usually tell by someone's behavior, usually.
Or it'll manifest in other ways, or it'll affect your relationship where you're not as close. Or yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's up to the individual, but I would think that it would be best. Honesty is the best policy.
Right. Just say it and get it out there.
Deal with the consequences, get it out there, and it'll either end the relationship or it'll make it stronger.
Right.
I don't know. Hopefully I'll never have to make that decision.
No, well, you have leaders of loyalties. I doubt that you'll sway. If you were a Hollywood icon, if there's any Hollywood icon that you would represent, who would it be and why?
That I would represent.
Like someone that you identify with, or who you wish you could be, in a sense.
Oh, like that I look up to?
Yeah, or who you'd like to be. Who's that one icon that you really kind of see yourself being?
I really admire the acting ability and the choices, the career choices and the roles that Johnny Depp has played. The path that he's taken.
Right.
Not your typical stuff in there, you know. It seems like he picks roles that are challenging and interesting, and he could probably just play the leading man all the time and make a ton of cash, but he chooses roles that are really challenging, and he's like a chameleon, and he tries to switch it up, and he's a character actor.
Right. Even though technically he's a lead. You know, that's interesting that you say. I kind of agree with you on Johnny Depp.
But I like the charm and the leading man style of George Clooney. And I think he's a great actor, and he's played some character roles, like in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, and stuff like that. Like he does, like when Men Stare at Goats and stuff like that, or whatever.
Or what was the one he did? The Coen Brothers film. The Burn After Reading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was a total character role on his part.
Yeah. And he's just charming and seems to always know what to say, and has great charisma and has a great smile, and he reminds you kind of like of the old Hollywood movie star guy, kind of, you know.
Kind of like you, Kevin. You kind of resemble that.
I wish.
Listen, when we're working with you, like literally, I felt like I was working with a movie star.
Oh.
No. Yeah. Well, please. Look we got more guests. Last question, real simple. If you were a type of liquor, what would you be? And why?
Bourbon, Kentucky bourbon.
Awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. Bourbon to me, when I think of bourbon, it just because I grew up with it, not with it, but I mean I grew up knowing about it, and it's a Kentucky tradition, and it's like made in Kentucky, and it's like it just kind of
It feels like
it's
earth.
almost like a classic, yeah, and that's something I aspire to be.
Yes, you are classic. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother.
And that's Kevin Richardson, and I'm Garrett Swann, and watch the Casserole Club.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.